There we go, the brightness there is a bit better. Oops. I'm actually eating now, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get through everything and it's just not working, so that's why I'm eating right now. But I am doing the healing live stream today. Like I said in my stories. Hi. Hi. How are you? Haven't talked to you in ages. Hi. So the topic for today for this live stream is healing. And I'm like running, trying to get to everything, so I'm eating at the same time, so I do apologize. Oh, I'm great. I'm just trying to get everything done, because I have so much planned for today and I'm tight on schedule. And I forgot I didn't even have time to eat, so that's why I'm eating now. So, welcome to the live stream. The topic for today is healing. And if you have any comments about it or any opinions or anything, you can comment, you can give your opinion, and we can talk, we can discuss, okay? So healing is a very kind of hard path, right? There are a lot of things that you need to do in order to actually heal. This is kind of general because depending on certain individuals, or for every individual is different, because depends what situation you're going through, what you're going through, and all that. But I'll just give a general kind of profound kind of analysis of it. Hi, hola. Hola. Hoy seré en vivo de inglés, perdón. Mañana de español, ¿vale? Sorry, I have followers English and Spanish, so I have to go back and forth sometimes. Tomorrow, the Spanish live stream, today the English. So, healing, how do we get to that? It's a tough question. Generally speaking, first, you have to let that pain go through you, because there is this book, actually it's a movie, a movie. In the movie there is this book, they say that says pain demands to be felt, and it's actually really true. You let yourself feel, when you're going through a tough time and you talk to someone, sí, nos vemos un rato, adiós. When you're going through a tough time and you talk to someone you trust, for example, a friend or a family member, etc. You connect in some way, they just listen to you, they comfort you and all of that. You let that pain out, you let all those emotions out, and then after that, you kind of... Then after that, I would suggest is like go somewhere and do something else that kind of distracts you, and then once you're a tiny bit, shall we say, better, your spirits are at least a bit lifted, because depending on what you might be going through, it's really hard to lift your spirits up. So even just a bit, so that you can think clearly and all of that, you go back and you maybe talk to someone about it, or just with yourself. You sit down and you say, right, I need to understand what's happening to me. And actually, I would recommend with someone you trust, not yourself, because that way you can discuss, and they are not going through the same thing, so they have a much clearer mind. They will say things in a more logical way and all of that. So I do recommend with someone else, not by yourself. Understanding is the very first step. Understanding. And how do you do that? kind of hard, but you basically analyze the situation. You're like, well, before I was not analyzing, really, you need to understand. So I suppose you think about what has happened, you talk to about it with someone, how you feel, how they feel, how it all started, what were your surroundings. Sorry, I'm just making notes here. Surroundings, how did those surroundings affect whatever happened to you and all of that, you know? And basically all of that, and you just understand, you just talk about it and you understand. Once you understand it, and it does take time, I have to say, depending on, and also a lot of people will ask me, how long will it take, right? You can't put a time on healing. You can't say, right, it will take you 2 weeks to heal, or it will take you 1 month to heal, or it will take you 1 year to heal. You don't really know. Psychologists more or less can, depending on the case, but after they have seen you, after they have talked to you and analyzed and everything, then they can. They can't straight away say, oh, right, you're going through you've lost your loved one, right? Loved one category, here we go. And no. It doesn't work like that. Because human beings are not something you put into a category. Feelings are not something you put into a category. That's it, easy peasy, easy and done with. No, it isn't like that. It's much more complex than that. So understanding is the very first step to everything really in life, to be able to heal, as the topic for today. And basically, once you understand, then you can start thinking about it, you can start analyzing, you can start questioning maybe some things. So some people think that if you already understand something, then that's it, you have no questions. No, it's not like that. For example, you may understand what's happening, but maybe you ask yourself, why did that happen to me? Why do I deserve all this pain? And we often ask ourselves those kind of questions. And we need to understand why, and sometimes for those kind of questions there is no answer. For those kind of questions there is really no answer. Just the universe trying to distribute the good and the bad. But also, think about it, when you're analyzing as well, you need to look at the positives and you need to look at the negatives. If you only observe the negatives, if you only analyze the negatives, you're not going to get the full picture, and you're not going to fully understand, you're not going to fully analyze, and therefore you're not going to fully be able to connect with yourself and with what happened, right? If you concentrate mostly on the good, then it's going to be easier. Because, as I always said in every live stream that connected with this, in every bubble of pain, there's always a tiny bit of positiveness. Even if you don't see it, there is always something. The most common one is that you learn something from it. That it teaches you something. Right? Another thing, for example, that could be giving you a warning. The universe could give you a warning of something that's going to happen, because sometimes that does happen. People having, for example, this is just an example, right? What people have told me, that sometimes they have dreams and then something similar happens to them, or basically they wake up, they get a phone call in the night and it's something to do with their dream, right? Some people will think, oh, they're crazy, or they just, want to make it sound as though they are future tellers, all of this crap, right? That's what people say. But actually, it's not. Sometimes the universe wants to tell you something, wants to give you a warning of something that's going to happen, or just warn you about certain things in your life, or inform you of something. Another one is inform, right? And I'm kind of writing these ideas as they come into my head so that I can organize myself. So sorry if it looks weird that I'm like looking there for a second. Once you kind of go through all that phase, I would say, phase of analyzing and thinking and, connecting with yourself and all of this, then can you actually start to accept. And that's one of the hardest things in the world, is to accept what happened to you. Accept that you lost your loved one. Accept that it has affected you in a bad way. Accept that you lost something very important, dear to you. Or maybe accept that you've been bullied. Accept all these kinds of things, right? Just accept. And actually, you live much better when you accept. That's kind of my advice to you. It takes time to accept. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's really hard and it takes time and patience. But it is possible. I will tell you this. It is possible. Because here, I may look very... What's the word now? I may look very like, oh, nothing has happened to me. I'm just beautiful. I'm so good. Everything's so good. Right? You might be thinking that. I know you are. But actually, there's just much more to see than what our eyes see. Or what we have in front of our eyes. And actually, that comes back to the post that I posted yesterday. Connects, see? Everything connects to everything I do every day. Pretty much. Accepting. Really tough. Really, really tough. I've had to accept many things. Had to go through all the process of accepting, and it's really hard. It is. Because once you accept, you just accept many things. It's not just a word, accepting. It's a process, it's a phase, it's many things. For example, you accept what happened to you. You accept the pain, all the emotions you had. You accept everything around you, the situations, the persons, everything, the persons that may have hurt you or the persons that you lost, etc. You accept that, right? Then you also accept that you don't have control of everything that happens in your life. There are certain decisions you can, make and that can affect your life. But, sometimes life is just out of our hands. The universe gets to choose. So we accept that. We accept that we can't control what happens in the future. We can't control what will happen to us. Because one day, right, someone could walk into your life, the next one they could be gone. You don't know that, right? Life is so unpredictable, and it's much easier, guys, if you just accept. If you leave the control, if you let go of that control, because there are some people that hold on so much to control because they like to feel secure, they like to feel in control, they like to feel like everything's good, everything's secure, everything's safe, right? And I can understand from their point of view why. They think that is so much easier, but in fact, their life is much harder. Because, and I'll tell you why, because when you hold on to everything, when you're trying to everything revolve around you perfectly, you're holding on so much. You're not free. You're just full of this trembling inside of you that if something doesn't go according to what you want, then it's all chaos, everything. And also why you're holding onto so much energy, that actually it's affecting you in a bad way, in a very bad way, because nothing's perfect, no one's perfect. We can't mold our life, our worlds to be perfect for us. We can't. That's just the way it is. And actually, guys, my message is the sooner you accept that, the better for you. And it sounds like here I am, oh, easy peasy lemon squeezy. No, I know it's not easy. I know it's one of the hardest things in the world to accept that. But it's what helps you in life. It's what helps you heal. It's what helps you move on. It's a whole process. Right? And I always say, and I will keep repeating this, DM is always open. Right? So if you feel like you don't want to talk to any of your friends, family, because for whatever reason, okay? I'm not asking you what reason, anything, no. You can DM me and we'll talk about it, right? It's all free, it's all confidential, and yes, some people might say it's too good to be true, but why? Maybe what you see from your point of view is that you're all in this, concentrated in this bubble of pain. Oh, you're the victim. Oh, poor you. But you block everything else. So you don't see that there are some friends waiting to help you. That there are some people out there who want to help you. That I could be that person. You don't see that because you're so concentrated in that pain that you block everything good around you. That's why open your eyes further than actually, what's the word here? Kind of, yeah, okay, we can open our eyes now, physically. But I don't mean physically. I mean much farther than that. See far beyond than what our eyes can see, right? That's what I mean. Sorry. Since I didn't have lunch today, I'm having lunch now. Sorry. And so, so what I always say is when you're going through a bad time, don't stick to all the badness. Open your eyes. See beyond what your eyes can see. And what you will see will surprise you. Sooner or later will surprise you. Don't give up on hope. Because there is always, always, always something or someone out there who can help you. Okay? Maybe I should do a whole live stream on hope. I'm thinking right now. See, every time I do a live stream, I always get an idea for another live stream. And maybe someone giving me ideas might make me, my head might come up with other ideas because of that idea. So you guys help me all the time. Now, after accepting, then you can start, then you can start say, then you can start going on that, on that path of healing, right? On that path of healing, because after that, you've kind of accepted. Also, when you accept, you liberate yourself, you let go. So you actually let go of some of the heaviness and everything. So now you are ready to cross this bridge, per se, right? Of healing. Healing isn't just a word, isn't just a step, isn't a place. It's kind of a process, it's a phase, right? That's why I always like to compare it as a bridge. Right? So it's like a bridge that you need to cross. Right? And there might be some things that scare you still, but because you have let go of some of the heaviness and you have accepted, it's easier, a bit easier, but still very hard to go through all that bridge. You know? And to go through all these steps to get to heal. To go through all this process, all this phase. For me, 6 months it was for a heartbreak basically, but I wasn't in a very long relationship. When you're in a very long relationship, you need more time. And, so it depends on the person, it depends what happened, how long it happened. It depends on a lot of things. That's why I can talk about this deeply, but to a certain extent. I mean, I can't be very specific. I can only tell you generally and deeply at the same time, which is a bit hard to do, and I hope I'm doing a good job. Lovely sun. I'll go outside later with my brother and sister, so that's great. So you go through all this bridge, right? There are times when you feel like you are falling, when you might fall. Hold on to the bridge. Hold on to the sides of the bridge, to something. Just hold on. And it also helps if someone is there to help you. But you have to keep in mind that it's not only you. Don't let the other person do all the work for you, because then you're not healing. You're letting someone else take over for your healing, and that's not going to work, okay? So hold on. Let a bit of your weight, of your fear, of your pain rest on the other person, but you also kind of help yourself to stand up. They help you, but you do the initiative. You are the one who are choosing that you want, or you're the one who's starting, kind of. It's your choice. If you don't let it be your choice, you're not going to heal. You're not going to get better. You know? It has to be you, because this is about you. This is your life. Nobody can choose what to do with your life. You are the only one who can choose, because it's your life. So you are the one who gives the first word. You are the one who takes the first step. You are the one who chooses the beginning, chooses everything. But basically, in the beginning, you're the one who chooses to go through all this path of healing, right? And sometimes you stop because you feel like it's too much. But you have to be the one to choose to keep going. Your friends, whoever's supporting you, are helping you. But you are the one who has to take the initiative. You are the one who chooses that path, who chooses to do it, who chooses to keep going, who chooses to get to the final stage, to get to... You are the one who chooses to heal, to go through all this process, to be able to move on, to be able to learn from what happened, and to move on, do something else, and be happy. And actually, most of the time, I would say, you can learn how to react to situations. And I'll give you a very simple example so you can understand. For example, there was this morning I woke up, right? We have 3 toilets, so I'll give you a bit of context. And basically, everyone was using one bathroom, and I really needed to go. I could have chosen to shout or say, get out, I really need to go. But I didn't. I waited. And I accepted that they needed to use the bathroom and I would wait. You might be laughing now, guys, because it sounds funny. It sounds something like a child, But actually, small things like that, if you accept small things, when bigger things come, it'll be a bit easier for you because you are already used to accepting. Whereas if you only accept big things and small things, you're not true to yourself. Because it's like you only accept when it's something to do with you, when something's bad is something to do with you and you won't be able to heal. And that approach will not reflect good on you. You may heal, but not fully, because you have to love yourself. You have to have a good approach to yourself and to others. Right? Because if not, you're not going to heal properly. Because it's like a bit of that hasn't been resolved keeps chasing you. Another thing I would say, guys, one thing that doesn't let you heal is that things are unresolved. Unresolved things. Why don't they let you heal? Well, what happens when, let's say, sorry, I'm tired. But it's kind of like this. Unresolved things, they're not fully done. They're not fully... You can't let them go because they're not full. So how... And there are some situations when, like, the person has gotten in contact with you and they said very clearly, look, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and that's it. No more communication. And they don't want you to ask why or anything, and you just let that person go. But all these questions, all these unresolved things affect you. They're still inside of you. And what do you do in those situations? Because you can't fully heal. So what do you do? Hi, Johnny. Sorry, trying to wave at you. There we go. I was trying to press the button, it wasn't working. How are you? The topic for today is healing. Any thoughts on that? So how do you basically do to all these unresolved things inside of you? And if you can't resolve them with that person, if that person has decided to leave your life, right? To not be a part of your life anymore, and all these questions, all these unresolved things stay tormenting you, what do you do then? Tricky. Very tricky, I have to say. For me, and you don't have to be a writer to be doing this, you might think, talking about me, you might think, she's a writer, that's why she's talking about that. No, in general, writing is good. For example, there is one thing that's kind of unresolved inside me, and I want to write about that. And there was some other things that were unresolved, but they're already resolved because I already gave them an ending. So I wrote my own ending, basically. So what I would suggest is write how you feel, why you feel, what happened, all of that, and then write your own ending, write your own conclusion, and all of that. And then that way you feel at peace with yourself, because you feel like you can accept, because now you are clear on things, right? You are clear on things. So that's why I would say writing helps a lot on that. Talking to people, yes, but they might say, well, they might not understand, because a lot of people don't understand about this. So they might say, oh, well, look, just let it go. But you can't just let it go if there is no ending inside of you. It's something very strong, right? So what tools can I give you to help you? Well, writing. Writing for yourself, okay? You don't have to be an amazing writer or to even be a writer, good writer, to do that. You just write. Write for yourself. Write to be at peace with yourself, to be good with yourself. It's actually very healthy. And that way you can heal, okay? I think so I recommend doing that. There isn't pretty much anything else to do, unless the person you want to talk to is someone who knows about this. And not a lot of people know about this. They feel like, just let go. But you can't let go if you don't have a full story. This comes back again to understanding. If you don't understand everything, there's no way you can get to analyzing step 2. And there's no way you can accept, there's no way you can heal. Like, look. Right, the other way. Sorry. I'll show you. So, understanding. If you can't get to understanding, you can't get to analyzing, you can't get to accepting, and there's no way you can heal. Right? It's logic. So to be able to understand, you need to have a full story. And if you don't have a full story, write one. It might not be the one that you might have liked. It might not be the one that might actually have happened if things were different. But at least you have an ending. At least you have something to finish, kind of put all the pieces of the puzzle together and understand, and therefore you can analyze and you can keep on going through the process, through the phase of healing, okay? That's pretty much my advice for today, guys. I think, nearly 35 minutes we've got of live stream, and I was actually saying 40, which is great because I have an extra 5 minutes to finish what I'm eating. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. I think that's pretty much everything I've got to say on healing. If there's anything I've missed or anything, please do direct message me. Do let me know. And thank you so much, guys, for listening, for being here. And I just hope that these live streams help people. Okay? And if, for example, you would like maybe a bit more on healing, maybe certain questions I didn't answer, maybe specific to you, DM me and we'll sort that out, and we'll see how I can organize myself, and we'll do it. Don't worry. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you for listening, and I hope that all of this advice that I'm giving you gets to someone who needs it and helps you. Okay? That's what I'm here for. Take care. Mwah. 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 Lots of kisses for all of you. One for all of you. I hope I got one for all of you. If not, here you go. One for all of you. That's better. So bye. Hope you liked it. Tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. No live streams in English anymore this week. Next week, okay? And actually, next week, the next topic will be either change. Sorry, I'm just trying to see here. So it's either change or social media. I can't speak. Social media impacts and people who make loads of money by putting a lot of makeup on and giving you this view of how everything's real and all of that. So actually, I'll put a vote so you can guys vote whether you want change or you want social media impacts. Okay? For the next live stream next week. Love you guys. Tomorrow will be the Spanish live stream. I'm letting you know now to say no. Okay? Mwah. Love you. Bye.